I wasn't even gonna make a video about this. Peace. I wasn't gonna do it. But I am, because I'm called to do it. I told myself, I was like, I need to give myself a break. But then again, I be feeling the urge to just say something that, again, not just individually I sit with, but it can help all. So give honor to source, give honor to ancestors known and unknown. I give gratitude to the ones that came before us because I want to specifically talk about this, which is something came to me. Spirit was like, express it. We're sitting here talking about years and years upon ancestral trauma. So I want to relay this message to you because I also had to express it to myself and my partner and you know, let yourself know that it's okay to be where you are. It took me almost 30 something years just to really feel safe again, be secure within myself again, no matter what is going on outside of me. It took me a period of time where I was expressing to someone how we've gotten to these ages and there's still things that, again, even when I'm stretching, I didn't never see myself years ago thinking I would be doing yoga, or however they perceive it. And as I'm doing these things, there's stored trauma or things that have, due to years of memory that have been stored or experiences, there's things that come up. So with that being said, is that I just want to let you know that you are not a failure. Life simply is really lessons. From my perception, is really lessons. You haven't lost. Things may have been removed that have made look like a loss per se because it's all perception. But you are not a failure. Simply, and I'm saying that because I had to tell myself I'm not a failure. I'm not a loser. I'm not a anything, because a lot of us are taking, like, we're literally, imagine this analogy of like you've carried around this luggage, this baggage, and in that baggage, in that luggage, there is this trauma, these things that have certain titles, these emotional baggages that have been passed on from so many generations. These things that these unresolved issues, unresolved traumas that we have reenacted through certain relationships, through certain dynamics. So that being said, you know how much courage it is to face yourself in these moments. Face the very people who have desperately so tried to keep that thing going. So you are not a failure just because you want to start over. And it may not look like no one else. Because I used to beat myself up. And one of my elders said, don't ever beat yourself up on life. And I didn't really know what that meant until it set in, and I was like, I was going. Watching everybody go. In this idea of what the matrix is. And now you see all these things crumbling, this false perception, this false narrative, these false foundations that we once supported. And now we're seeing the fall of all these things, and all these things are now surfacing that were brushed up under the rug. So that being said, you're not a failure just because we have all been subjected to others' projections of us. We have all been victimized in a way. We have all been affected. And let me say this, for people out here assuming that they got it all together, I'll be the first to say, no one has it all together. How do we all have it all together? If you got inner peace, that's another thing. But to have it all together, it had to fall apart. You have to have towers. You have to have moments to where things have to fall apart for it to be rebuilt. I was expressing to someone saying that storms come not only to They don't only come to clear the path for some of us, for a lot of us, but it don't just come to create chaos. It actually comes, you need the water to flower, to nurture yourself. That water, again, cleanses and moves things. So everything has its purpose. But I just want to let you know that you are not a failure. No matter what your mom, no matter what the world has told you. And now a lot of us are coming to that awareness like, wow, I'm really here to do something different. You really do have the courage to do something that no one else has in your family. That may look completely different than anyone else. I can attest to it. I'm a witness to my own experience. I don't do artistry like everyone else. I'll quickly go, for those that do know, like some of my most amazing masterpieces that I've ever done, all of them are one of a kind, but it's the fact that some I found on the side of the street. Some things I've had went to a yard sale recently. And it's the polarity, it's the seeing the value. Like, I'm not too good to go to a yard sale. I'm not too good to go to a place where I don't have to wear designer, because what is all of this going to matter if you don't know your value? So that being said, is that you are recreating, reinventing. You are the new innovators. You are the new world creators. And what does that mean? That means as the old world as we know it, you creating the new world narrative. You're rewriting. You're literally writing the script. I'm writing the script. Of course, people are going to hate that. You're going to have naysayers. They're going to attack. Okay, hold on, baby. I'm doing a video, okay? I'll come in there. Baby, okay? You want the book? Mm-hmm. Okay. Go in the room with it, okay? And Daddy gonna come in there and read it for you, all right? Okay. All right. Who's your daddy? You gonna take those in there? So again, it's I don't know if I spoke about this on my previous video. It's those things like that. It's like I had to really come and accept and the things that how and why I was being so attacked, or why you're being attacked, is because that's the old world narrative. That's because you naturally make people feel uncomfortable because how secure you are within you, how secure you've become. And in that awareness, it's that you still naturally, by pressing forward, by moving forward, unapologetically, healing, acknowledge the unhealed traumas in your lineage, you still have the courage to press forward. You still have, for you to even just to show up for yourself. It takes a lot of courage in that. It takes a lot of courage to even simply get to a place where you know that these people or certain environments do not resonate, because you desire healthiness. You desire a healthy lifestyle, or more holistic lifestyle that literally reflects, because truthfully, it reflects what your soul or your essence is desiring or needing. Not what everyone else feels you need. Because what you need may not resonate with them. See, that was the biggest illusion, that we would try to convince ourselves that this person's lifestyle should be ours, and not knowing their internal battle. You don't know what their experiences is, or what has been, or what they're going through ancestrally, what they're fighting internally. So we have attached or gradually surrounded ourselves with people who really have had no value or know what value is. I was expressing to someone and saying that it's like me being present and seeing how others are being treated because of others' projections, or of others' shadows, or because of others' trauma. And it helps me be more like, me coming to my own helps me see the awareness around, like, wow, I was once there, so let me not judge. But at the same moment, I stay present. And then when I see a little baby, or they're like the future. We represent the present. And so these elders who are so set in their ways, they are, again, they're programming. Some of them are not willing to heal or acknowledge their shadow. So what will not evolve will perish or die away, will wither away. That's just the cycle of life. You know, that's the cycle. Baby, just get a few books. If you cannot pick them all up, Lily, just get a few, okay? Just get two at a time and go in the room with them, okay? So again, and in that, it's like not only we're present, but we're also trying to maneuver through these unresolved traumas. Then not only that, it's like my own experience being attacked by those and seeing people that I love being attacked mentally, spiritually, physically, in a way to where because of people's programming, feeling like they should not stand in their truth. How dare you love yourself? How dare you speak in response and stand up for yourself and utter those words? I am your mother or father or a cousin or so. Like, do y'all see the awareness around this? It's like we all have been affected by this wounding of not only the divine feminine, but the father as well. I'm able to immediately recognize, just by seeing certain men or women, by the way they operate through their shadow, I immediately know that there's some wounding there. You know, imagine just speaking on how I realized how being emotionally secure is. Because at a point I was emotionally impulsive. And that because of the environments, and now you're seeing the world being, seeing the mental awareness around this. So when someone say they got it all together, what do we have all together if it's all falling apart? So now the mask is being removed. It doesn't matter who you are. Environmentally, all these things around the world, everyone, all has to be revealed in these moments. The veil has been lifted. So those of you that see, you see. You cannot unsee. You see what you see. But it's the awareness of how I express to someone like your gifts, your natural abilities, some may call spiritual gifts, will heighten, because guess what? If you're returning to the essence of who you are, you're returning to that which was natural, you will become more aware. Your senses, your light body, who you are. So in that, again, it's going to be natural for you to do things. It's natural for me, if you want to use the term empath, or someone who's become more in tune. That's because of the accountability, the acknowledgement. And in that, I realize that what I'm doing may not look like what you need to do. You know, I've done my own studies. I'm here to learn and remember and recall that of which who I am. And now, if I learn from my ancestral lineage, love, what you doing? What you doing? So, if I saw ancestrally, a lot of you know this, that what the shadow aspect, meaning the unresolved things. Baby. Shut that door. We got one out here. Okay. It's okay. We're going to go to the park in a minute, okay? Okay, we're going to go outside in a minute. Daddy going to finish this video, okay? Okay. Okay. So in that, again, what I say about not getting on the video when you, because you pottying, okay? Okay. All right. Go find you some pants, and then we're going to get ready, all right? Okay. I'll be in there in a minute, all right? Love ya. But anywho, you funny. Okay. Be careful, petting, okay? Be gentle. So again, let me see. The thing about is, again, oh yeah, the shadow aspect of what ancestrally we have experienced. This is why a lot of you become more aware what it is and how you are able to recognize unresolved trauma, sorcery, amongst a whole bunch of other things that you know that, again, this lifetime you have the awareness to help your ancestral lineage or your tribe, or some may say family, ascend or to elevate consciously, mentally, spiritually. That right there is a spirit. That's an inheritance in itself, to have that awareness. And sometimes it may not look like so much a material if you don't really know your value. So just seeing the people as you reflect on these moments is that, how have we had it all together? If those things wasn't removed, the people, the environments, and you chose not to, in choosing to heal those unresolved things, you know, then I told myself, I was like, I'd rather have inner peace and become more aware and heal on certain things than just, and then instead of having all these material things, because I'm seeing people who are affected by that, who have had all these things, and the internal battle with them, they're fighting. It's like none of that matters, because it's not everyone, but you see the hoarding aspect. You see the emotional attachment to certain things that really has no value in a sense, because it's the attachment to it that causes them the suffering. So for people, the bigger picture of it all is that a lot of what we're here to do to change the narrative and to see things differently is to bring more awareness on teaching the youth, or aiding the youth in their value, honoring their emotions, reminding them that they too have a purpose here, just as we have. But being that we were affected by those who had unresolved traumas and shadows, they projected mostly their own fears, this sense of unfulfillment, a lot of things centered around the dysfunctionality of and the woundedness of the mother and the father. These energies that played a major part in the foundations that we had. And so now a lot of us are at this place like, wow, my mama, my dad, or this person. And a lot of it doesn't resonate because you are here to do something completely different. And then, having that, I had to have a lot of unwavering faith right now, because there was times I wanted to give up. And then I also said, Spirit was like, yeah, you can give up, but what would that solve? And then I questioned, like, why me? I know I'm not the only, why me? Why am I giving? Why am I got to go through all these lessons? Why? But let me tell you, sometimes the greatest reward is a peace of mind. Sometimes the greatest reward is relocating, moving away. Sometimes the greatest reward, your inheritance, can be something so simple. If you have grown up in a dysfunctional environment, a country, a place, sometimes that spiritual inheritance can be peace, can be removing yourself. And sometimes it may take that. You may not have the finances at that moment. Doesn't mean that when you relocate and you rebuild a foundation upon truth, then you know that that foundation cannot be shaken or broken. So again, that's what I had to become aware of, is that from my own experiences, like, if I didn't grow up in safe and secure environments, then I had to realize that one of my greatest lessons is to create that for myself and then others that are connected to me. A peaceful, harmonious environment that's prosperous, that, maybe gardening, maybe a farm, things that may not look nothing outside of what other people are used to. Not this glamorized, these illusions that people give that they're living a certain way, and in reality, they're empty inside, man. So I'm just here to share that with y'all. It's like, look, find it within you. I send you love, clarity, blessings, awareness to and and just strength in these moments, because a lot of us are going through ever-changing moments. The emotions are very high. A lot of things are purging. A lot of things are coming up. So with that, it's like we're learning now to be more gentle with ourselves. There was a point in my life I thought anger and dysfunctionality was just going to be my whole life. And no, it isn't. That's what a lot of our awakenings are about. That's what a lot of us coming into our own is about, because you are here to create a different narrative. You are here to write a different script. And you have the tools and you can do it. I believe in you. I see it. I see you. I appreciate you. You are inspiration. You are that unbelievable story. You are not, in essence, your family's trauma or, ancestral trauma, but you had to carry those things to now become aware, to now find the solution. You are the solution. You have the solution. See, that's the thing I want to leave with y'all, is that it's just as much problems we have had. You have to find the solution. An elder told me that the greatest knowledge on earth, the greatest intelligence on earth, or in this realm, or whatever y'all want to call it, is someone that can find a solution to their own problems. Because naturally, the human mind would think problems is something a bad, or like it's just attached to something, that an expectancy of something not good, or not something not miraculous that can happen, or joy. But in reality, it's just like a math problem. Add your problems, find a solution. What could that equal? Greatness, divinity, bliss, and love. Peace and love and blessings to you all. Shalom.